What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your host with the most, White Boy 7th Street. Welcome to a classic Black Ops 1 on the PlayStation 3. We're gonna get 52 kills and 1 death. That means a lot of kill streaks. It's gonna be a great gameplay. And I want to make a very important video addressing both the Call of Duty and Battlefield communities respectively, because we're in a very unique time in both games' history. Battlefield is at its best. There's more hype behind Battlefield 1 than any other previous Battlefield. It's insane. And Call of Duty, with 2.5 million dislikes and the worst response from a trailer it has ever had, it's in a very rough spot. And I want to make this video as the Call of Duty self-appointed community ambassador towards the Battlefield community, to realize that a lot of Call of Duty players are going to get shit on. Straight up, they're going to get destroyed. It's going to take them months to even compensate the fact that there's bullet drop in Battlefield. And you guys know that. If you're watching this channel, I'm not talking about you. You're better than the average Call of Duty player. And you know for a fact there's some people you just wonder how they even picked up a PlayStation 4 controller, let alone are playing the game. There's some really bad players in the Call of Duty community, and there has been this battle between Battlefield and Call of Duty players saying, oh, Battlefield's better than Call of Duty, and Call of Duty gamers are better than Battlefield players. And this is going to be the proving ground, and this is going to be the war that decides it, and it's got to be on Battlefield 1. And I feel like Call of Duty is going to get a very bad reputation, and they're going to get absolutely destroyed. There's got to be a few individuals like myself who are going to stand out and demand the respect of the Battlefield community with the many world records that I'm going to accomplish, and I'm going to try my best. But there's got to be some people that are just going to do really bad, and I think we need to form a coalition of some of the best Call of Duty players to prove to the Battlefield community that we do have skills, and then we can carry ourselves. I know for a fact, like, I'm always pretty decent in Battlefield. I do like to do a lot of stunts, and my KD gets kind of ruined because I do a lot of stupid C4 related explosions with dirt bikes and motorcycles and all types of stuff, and I just can't wait to put some put some dynamite on the back of a horse and throw a horse off a mountain and maybe get a kill. That'd be insane if that could happen. But I think the Battlefield community should appreciate the gift that is the Call of Duty community coming towards them. And I don't want to sound super cocky or like Call of Duty's this great grand thing. There's got to be a lot of fucking little squeakers. Hey, fuck you, asshole, you faggot retard. There's got to be a lot of uses of the word faggot, I think, coming over from Call of Duty to the Battlefield community, and people are going to be like, what the fuck is this? Just getting killed left and right, and they're not going to know what's going on. But why I say that the Call of Duty community is a gift towards Battlefield, because one, my gaming athletic talents and the world records I'm going to set, but two, there is going to be a whole huge wave of Christmas noobs. The first day and the first week of the game is going to be better than any other Battlefield launch. Now, I don't want to bring up bad memories, but the Battlefield 4 launch was horrible, and I think that's a huge reason why Battlefield 4 wasn't as successful as it could be. I think it came out along with Call of Duty Ghost, and that was one of the worst Call of Duty games of all time. But Call of Duty at its worst still beats Battlefield at its best, and the Battlefield launch, it kind of ruined it, because we want our games and we want it now, and we couldn't really play Battlefield after it launched initially for like a week or two, and it was a pretty rough launch for Battlefield, and I think that's got to be better this time around. Obviously, Star Wars Battlefront was really smooth when it came to the server side, and I think they kind of troubleshot and figured it all out and realized that they need some more servers or whatever. They need a little bit more power in the big EA server mothership. But the reason why I think this launch is going to be great for Battlefield players is because Call of Duty players aren't only going to be trying to discover the map for the first time and learn the nice sniper positions. You know, obviously the first few times you play a video game, a multiplayer game especially, you're going to die more often because you just don't know, oh, I'm running through a big open field and there's 2 sniper towers to my left and to my right. I'm kind of screwed here. So there's always that learning curve, but there's got to be a huge learning curve for the Call of Duty players, and I think the Battlefield players are going to have a huge advantage off the get-go, and they're going to get some really nice gameplays, a lot of scores. They're going to rank up really fast, and I think I'm going to be one of those players as well because I've always done pretty good on Battlefield, and I'm going to ruin my KD with, you know, the stupid stunts. I love doing the stupid stunts. I really want to form some kind of trick shot team, like Call of Duty trick shotters, but we do Battlefield trick shots. Those only in Battlefield moments are some of the most impressive in all of gaming, and that's one thing as a Call of Duty community ambassador to Battlefield I want to say is they do a great job with those only in Battlefield moments. And what can you do in Call of Duty? You can get like quad C4s, and I can get 52 kills and 1 death, and that's pretty impressive. But Battlefield's on a whole nother level. It's on a whole nother epic scale, and I think a lot of Call of Duty players should be looking forward to that. I mean, we always like the ground war games, and this game is going to have 64 players total, 32 on 32. I know that's nothing new towards Battlefield, but I seen what Battlefront was. Battlefront was so awesome in terms of the trench warfare, the sheer fact that you were on this lonely turret. It wasn't like the best turret on the map that you had to like fight for a power position. You were just in some random turret, and then 6-7 people on the enemy team would run in front of you. And I'm just picturing that in Battlefield 1, in World War I, with the grit and gore, something that we've been craving for in a first-person shooter. There's my second set of dogs, by the way. You gotta love the doggies. And I mean, if you even look at this chopper gunner right here, I know I've been talking about, I should have obviously put a Battlefield gameplay, but I wanted to address the Call of Duty community. But you see like how gritty this is, and the explosions and the chopper. This feels like awesome right here, and I feel like Battlefield is gonna take something like this with the aircraft. I don't know, this just feels right. This feels like it's war, and I think that's something that we've been missing in the first-person shooter community for a long time. It's just something that's real. This futuristic fake fairy tale, you know, fake nations and these made-up storylines. Like, no, we don't want that. We want something that has been here and something we can relate to. I can't relate to this double jumping universe with all this bullshit in it that is like, you know, you get target finders and all this other stupid, like just straight up stupid stuff, and they've been hindering towards bad players for so long. And I think I'm going to conclude this video with that thought, and it's a very important thought, so I might go over the gameplay a little bit here. But Call of Duty has been dumbing it down for years now, ever since the addition of death streaks and support streaks, and now the specialist and leg compensation. I mean, there's so much that they add into the game to dumb it down and to make the good players a little bit worse, because they give the bad players just things that are cheesy to use and that are just not fun but effective. And I think the Call of Duty community has been softened up over the last few years, and the people who are going to represent us, hopefully the people who have been playing these recent games and who've been liking the futuristic bullshit, hopefully they stay on Call of Duty, and the real Call of Duty veterans who have been craving a World War I shooter come over to Battlefield and represent properly. I think a lot of those players are going to play Call of Duty 4, and that's going to fill their nostalgia, and that's going to fill their appetite for a first-person shooter. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you listened 10 minutes in, please leave a like and comment either Battlefield 1 or Call of Duty. Let me know who is the superior community and who's gonna kick ass on Battlefield. I'm gonna give it to the Battlefield people. You gotta give them respect. They know about that bullet drop, fam. That's all I can say. Thank you guys for watching, and have a wonderful day.